Hey there, everyone. Welcome to another Tuesday Night Watch Talk with Bobby Legs and friends, and joined this evening by my good friend Dib Jody. How you doing this evening, this Tuesday evening? What's going on, sir?
Doing good.
Yeah,
Just another Tuesday.
just another Tuesday, but not just another Tuesday, really, Dib. There's something that came in the mail today, right? Something that you've
Oh
been
yeah, yeah.
very excited about. Do you wanna share with us um, what you got here?
So Sanjay already got the SJE 093,
Hmm.
but today mine came in. Yeah, it's difficult to show the gray
Yeah,
color,
yeah.
but this is like I don't have a strap for it yet. So
Oh, yep. Let me do it. Yeah.
this is the SLA 043
Uh-huh. Yep.
versus the SJE 093. Um, w- there's a lot of differences between those two, even though they look the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, Case
But
design. You know,
but but you were but I think you're toning it down a little bit here. You were smitten by that watch today, weren't you?
I was pretty happy. I'll say that. Pretty excited too. It wears very much like a very vintage diver from like the 50s. This is the sort of watch that will please the Hodinky crowd a lot.
Because of
Uh,
the size.
because
Yeah.
of the size, but
Yeah.
it again, like I have a skinny wrist, so I have no issues with the size. But somebody with a 7-inch wrist and up, yeah, it's gonna be a small watch. But very like very original size.
Yeah.
It's pretty much a recreation of the original 62 mass. Love it. I mean, very thin.
Yeah.
Like it has a domed sapphire crystal.
Yeah.
So that adds like 2 millimeters to the thickness. So
Yeah.
essentially, this watch is like 10 millimeters. So
Is that a blue strap do I see on that? Blue rubber strap on that
yeah, so
or?
this is the same blue strap that I use for my SLA 043.
Mhm.
I have a gray strap coming
Okay.
for the 093, but obviously, like I want to wear the watch, and
Yeah.
this is probably the best strap that I can put it on.
Okay. Okay. We're going to talk more about that watch and your thoughts on Seiko, some of these Seiko divers compared to some of the other iconic kind of dive watches. You know what I mean? I want to get your take here because I know you're big Seiko fanboy, but you're also a realist, right? I mean, I think you have a good you know um, I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to find the word I said, but you have a good understanding of watches and the watch world and different brands and whatnot and the histories and whatnot. So I think you could be a fanboy, but also be a realist too when comparing to other watches. So, but before we get into that, I want to show what I got. And since you were wearing your Seiko today, I got this. I forget the reference. The green GMT MM2. You probably it's a
I
what
think it's SPB 385, but I'm not sure about
yeah,
these new.
383 or something like that or whatever. Yeah, yeah, it's the green one. I like wearing. I put it back on the bracelet. I really like wearing this watch. I really like wearing it. It's the watch now that I go to my watch box every day, and that's like the first one I reach for. Um, Not that I have a lot of watches. I have about five right now, but I'm reaching it, before I reach for the Black Bay 58. You know what I mean, or the other watches. So, but it all rotates. It all goes in and out for me. So let's say hello to the chat first, and then we'll come back to you. Bill K is here. How you doing? Hey, Deech is here. What's up, Deech? Good to see you. Paul is here. Kevin S, how you doing, buddy? Uh, Chas from the Berg is here. Um, Clayton, how you doing, sir? Good to see you. Underachieving watch collector, how are you? Peter C, what's up? Scott, $5 on Bobby being late. Yeah,
Did I lose you? Hello. Hmm.
oh,
Hmm.
I'm back. You see me?
All
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I was reading Scott's uh little post here, comment. Yeah, I got to read to the kids, man. I mean, like, like my son doesn't care that I start a stream at 9 o'clock, and
Yeah,
apparently,
but now Scott owes us $5.
yeah,
Please
yeah.
top up. Do you want our Venmo ID? You know?
um, and apparently, my daughter doesn't care that I sleep because she came in. I've been up since 5 a.m. So if I'm a little sluggish tonight or low energy, you can blame little legs, little Maggie legs. Pale Horse is here. How you doing? James is here. Nilo, what is up? Brownie is here. Guys, let us know what you're wearing on wrist. Ep, what is up? Mr. Time Hill is here. Hey, hola, Bobby. How you doing? Espero que todo está bien. Yeah, hope everything is well. It is well. Everything is well. No worries. Ken Spear is here checking in from Pittsburgh. Um, Scott saying, I am thinking about trading my Constellation Globemaster for a Pelagos 39 and a Pelagos 39 for a new Speedmaster. Would you make that trade, Deb?
Nah.
No. I think he's
I,
given up
I,
too much, right?
I so Globemaster, if it's a three-hander, I'd be looking at selling it for 3,800. Pelagos 39. How much is it? Like 48. So 38. So let's say rounding it up to 8. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big fan. I mean, again, sorry, let me rephrase. I'm a big fan of the Speedmaster, but I
Mm-hmm.
don't really care for the newest and greatest.
Mm.
I'd be plenty happy with the 1861.
Mm-hmm.
Buy
Mm-hmm.
it for $4,500.
Yeah.
Buy that brand new bracelet for 650, and there you have it. That's my perfect speedy. If I'm not, if I'm not buying one of the one of the limited edition speedies, I'm not paying 8 grand.
Yeah.
Fudge that. Like,
Yeah.
nah,
Yeah.
nah,
Well, yeah, Scott, maybe, I mean, some our 2 cents, maybe consider the 1861. If you want to trade one of these pieces, I'd probably trade the Constellation Glowmaster.
nah.
You might have to throw some cash. I mean,
Throw that Tudor away. I mean,
you keep you get the diver with the Pellicos and the Speedmaster, the 18. I think that's a nice little.
yeah, Tudor doesn't make anything. Like we don't care. So Omega,
Yeah.
Omega. Like
Okay.
wake
Okay.
up.
Okay.
That's what you need.
Scott, I think Dib's having a little fun here on at your
No, I'm
expense.
serious.
Justin R is here. What is up? How you doing? Hey, Mr. Cassioke is here. Good to see you. Waven, what is up, my friend? Good to see you. KR Joy, hey, KR, what's going on? Hey, Maison one is here, wearing his 50 fathoms on wrist tonight. He loves it. He loves it. Great watch. James is wearing his SKX001 tonight. Very nice. Peacock for Mr. Time Hill. Explorer 2 for Chaz. Ken is wearing the green Alpinist tonight. 70 for the bezel. Did Bobby sell his sub? Maybe. Maybe not. We'll talk about that maybe another day. Nate Dog is here. Good evening. Cabby Lake. Evening, guys. How you doing? Cowboy Swami is here. Hey, Nilo's wearing his U1 this evening. 70%. Sivan is saying hello from Israel. Hey, Sivan. Uh, Good to see you. Okay. Stayed up at 4 a.m. here. Well, I mean, you could always catch us, later on in the day. So I hope don't lose any sleep over our account. Hey, Kevin S is wearing the SJ093 for him today. That's the same one that you just got today, right? The
Mhm.
reference numbers escape me, but yeah.
Yeah.
Great looking piece on that. JD and Coke in a glass tonight. Ice cold, very very nice. Okay, so I know you're a really big huge Seiko guy and Grand Seiko. I know you make fun of the brand Grand Seiko a lot anyway. But I think it's like tongue in cheek. I know you really really like the brand a lot. But with the Seiko divers, some of the Seiko divers that you've been getting into, like the little higher priced, higher end Seiko divers, do you feel like, I mean, like, why even bother with any other diver? I mean, it seems like you really get a lot of joy wearing those Seikos. Um,
I mean, I do get a lot of joy wearing the Seiko divers because it kind of speaks to me. I try to keep divers to a minimum
Mm.
just
Mm-hmm.
because I like having. So when I had the sub, which I sold after 2.5 years, I really kept any Seiko diver.
Yeah.
It's because I like to wear one diver.
Mm.
I had a Seamaster 300 and I sold it after 3 years. And I don't like having multiple divers. I mean, again, right now I have like 7 divers.
Yeah.
Uh, so,
Do you throw your Panerai in that grouping, or is that kind of like a different?
nah, I mean, I wear the Panerai on a leather strap.
Yeah.
Panerai is its own thing, you
I
know.
yeah, I agree. I agree. I don't see it as a diver per se. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I have the 93, the 043. What else do I have? Like a bunch of other Seikos, like a Seiko Tuna. I have 3 solid divers right now.
Yeah.
They solve the purpose, and I like divers from other brands, but I think I guess I'm stuck in a pattern where I keep buying from the same brand.
Hmm.
What I would like to get, which is non-Seiko, non-Grand Seiko, non-Rolex, is the Planet Ocean 600-meter titanium diver. The only problem is the price. I think it's 9,300 US,
Yeah.
brand new. Even if I get the best discount I can get, like which is probably 15, still very expensive. You know, when I think Planet Ocean, I am still stuck in that phase where the prices for Omega hasn't moved past 2020, 2021.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I can't accept the fact that a Speedy is the Sapphire Sandwich is 8K.
Yeah. Yeah.
Apparently, I saw in the Omega Speedmaster group there's a new price hike coming.
Yeah.
I mean, if they really want to blow smoke up their hiney and think, oh, they're as good as Rolex, they kind of are, like Omega and Rolex, it has a
Hmm.
good ring to it, but I'm not paying that. I'm gonna wait. Like some watches, I do want to buy brand new.
Hmm.
For example, if you don't like scratches, Grand Seiko is not the brand to buy used
Right.
because the polish and everything. But Omega, I mean, they can increase the price all they want. All the ads that I talk to are hurting.
Mm.
All our other friends who they talk to, sales are down. They are struggling to sell pieces because discounts are gone.
Yeah.
So it'll be so it kind of feels like a strategy which the brands have taken where it's all in.
Yeah.
Either it's going to work out extremely well
Mm.
or it's going to be a disaster.
Mm.
So it remains to be seen how it's going to work out.
Yeah.
But going back to the divers, I, I don't think I have I like my divers to be solid,
Mm.
dependable,
Hmm.
mid-tier. I
Yeah.
don't have a need for higher horology. Like for example, the
Hmm.
50 fathoms.
Yeah.
50 fathoms has a nice movement to it. Bezel action, like it feels like a Seiko for like 15, 16 grand. I
Mm.
certainly wouldn't pay that.
You're talking about just the bezel. You're just talking about the bezel.
Yeah, I mean,
Action. The bezel action.
the bezel action
Yeah.
sometimes like again
Yeah.
and again, like our friends have the
Yeah.
50 fathoms, they're happy
Yeah.
with it. So whatever I say, it's my opinion and nobody else's.
Yeah.
It's a very humdrum watch.
Yeah.
The one diver that I would probably buy with somebody else's money
Mm.
is the diver that Wolfie has, the Glasuta original
Mm.
43 millimeter,
Yeah.
not the 39.
Right.
I find the 39 lacking in so many ways. It
I.
doesn't have a open case back. The bezel action is shitty,
Yeah.
just shitty. I don't care what anybody says, and I'm
Mm.
sorry if I hurt anybody's feelings. That's just it, you know.
Yeah. No, you got to go 43 on that one.
For example, the 093, it has such a good bezel action compared to the 043.
Mm.
The 043 is okay, but this is like miles better.
Yeah.
I'm not saying their Rolex better because for
Yeah.
me, the gold standard for any dive bezel and its click is the Submariner.
Oh,
Doesn't
absolutely.
and
Yeah.
the Sea Dweller.
Yeah.
Like if I want to club it in, like nothing comes close.
Yeah.
That silky, buttery, solid
Mm.
tongue.
Yeah.
You can't have both ways. Like it's either silky and buttery or it's a solid tongue.
Yeah.
Like for example, a tuna, it's bloody hard to move.
Yeah.
It's just difficult,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's pretty solid. But Rolex is the best when it
Yeah.
comes to bezels.
Yeah. I resist uh categorizing myself as a dive watch guy, but I always seem to find to have the bulk of my collection end up being dive watches. And I don't know what that is. I guess I like them. So like all pretty much my collection right now is all dive watches except for that. Well, the Panerai. I mean, is it a dive watch? Is it not? I don't know. I don't see it
I
as a
mean, it's
dive
not a
watch.
submersible. It is
No.
rated to 300 meters, but it
Yeah.
doesn't have a tight bezel.
Right, right. To me, it needs a dive bezel, right? That's got to be part of the picture. And then I have that solar chrono. I don't. Okay, so to answer the question, I don't have the Submariner anymore. I might as well just like put it out there. I don't have the Submariner anymore. I did sell it, and I had some reasons to do it. So I basically went back and I bought the Black Bay 58, not the same exact one that I had, but the original Black Bay 58 because I always that was like one of my big watch selling regrets, and I wanted that watch back, and I'm happy to have that in a collection. The Submariner, I had it, pay for a vacation that I wanted to take to see an uncle that wasn't doing well, and got some stuff around the house that needs to be fixed up. So I'll get another Submariner one of the. Actually, I probably won't get another Submariner down the road. I think I'm going to go Sea Dweller. That's the dive watch I'm going to get. But then to your point, do I really need to spend that kind of money on a dive watch when there's so many great mid-tier dive watches out there? I agree with you, Dib. I mean, like, I don't think you need to go. I don't need to go super high horology or Rolex, right? To get that diver and have a great diver. There's so many that Zen U50. I love that watch, man. I mean, I should have never gotten rid of that either. That's another one. The Black Bay 58 just wears so well, and it's so versatile. And this thing, I mean, it's a GM. It has a GMT. I don't even see it as a GMT. It's a dive watch, and I like the way it feels and the way it looks. So look, I mean, I know that there are higher quality divers, but you're gonna pay for that, right? At high horology divers, you're gonna pay for that, and I don't think that's where I need to put my money in when it comes to collection. Me personally, like I think I rather would spend something. If I'm going to spend good money, one of these days, I'm going to do it like for a two tone, or gold, dress watch. You know what I mean? Like that's something, or some watches with some complications, like a chrono or some sort of calendar, that kind of stuff. That's where I think if I'm going to spend more money on a piece, that's where it's going to go. Hey, let's catch up with the chat a little bit here, and then we'll get back to our conversation. KR Joy is wearing the Christopher Ward Aquitaine this evening. Ivmac talks Seiko SKX 009J. Still got my diver. That's a classic. A Phoebus Voyager for Siobhan here. Kevin S. I love divers. A Submariner and several Seikos for me. Yeah, I mean, Kevin's got great dive watch collection. Is the Seiko tuna 1,000 meter tuna really a rugged diver? Come on, man, it's fragile. Hmm. Don't really want to dive in that tuna with a fragile shroud. Think they're having a little fun with you. A little go at Deb here. Teacher saying I like the new Citizen Diver, Quartz Diver, Pro Master.
Yep, I have one coming in. I call it Daglizilla. Deech has a bunch of those
Yeah.
blue, green, the one which looks like an ashtray. I found
Mm-hmm.
if you want to put it up, hold on, let me
Yeah.
share the link. It's like $560,
Yeah.
and
You could
I
put it in
found
the comments if you want to put it in the comments, right?
but yeah, hold on. I need to go to that.
Yeah, yeah. I'll keep going with the chat while you pull it up. Siobhan, I have the Citizen Orca Limited. That's a nice one. Mizon, he likes the bezel action in the Phil's 50 Fathoms. It feels good and sound. Um, Siobhan is dreaming of the 50 Fathoms, but he loves his Seikos, but Citizen and Orient are the brands now for him. Oil Money watches. Oil Money. Good to see you. 50 Fathoms Grand Date is still my best diver, hands down.
Yeah, my dislike for Blancpain is I'm not really hiding it. I don't really care for the brand. Why does it exist? It can go away, as far as
Uh,
I'm concerned. But
Kevin.
again, like I like a few of their pieces, but not the 50 fathoms.
Yeah, Kevin's like, don't listen. To Deb. He needs a Snickers.
I
Uh,
put the link in the chat. I could not believe the price. I paid 175 with tax shipped.
yeah.
It is like that watch is like 550 on the Citizen website.
Mm-hmm.
They are
Mm-hmm.
offering 20% off right now. Like uh, the deluxe strap that I'm getting, that's like with shipping like 170 bucks.
Yeah.
And here on the other hand, you're getting a full solar quartz diver. So
Mizone is responding to Kevin. He's like, I recognize that Deb has handled more divers than me and has a much better basis on his opinion, even if it is wrong. Just
yeah,
kidding. It's all hey,
there's no
there's no
right
right
or
or wrong.
wrong.
Dib
There's
said this
no,
is just his opinion,
yeah.
right?
Just because
Uh,
I'm saying it doesn't mean it's true, but I mean in my mind it is, but doesn't mean it has to be for you, you know?
I think Kevin is trolling me here as a mid-tier diver. Bobby legs is back. I love it. Nilo is saying I definitely prefer 60 clicks over 120 clicks. I like the 60 clicks on my Black Bay 58, but I don't know if I like 60 clicks on other. I
I
don't know.
like I like 120.
I think I like 120. I
I like a
prefer 120.
solid 120, you know?
Yeah, but I don't mind what 60 clicks
No
on
half-assery.
yeah. uh, hey, Kevin Spears said when I started collecting, all I wanted was dive watches. Now the watches I wear the most aren't non-divers. Symphony is, for the bezel wearing Citizen Challenge diver in blue. I am happy with it, and I never thought I would be.
Mm.
Um, all great deals. Um, that's no troll, Poppy. Okay. All right. Well, I totally appreciate that. Um, yeah, but so you're like really diver heavy though right now at the moment, aren't you?
Well, I have three divers. Well,
That's not what you
there's-
told me earlier.
yeah, but like half of them, like I have two watches that I got that I sold to my friend.
Yeah.
I have a second watch box, and I'm just trying to remember. Does the Seiko 5 Snoopy count as a diver? It's a 100-meter watch. Let's just throw it a bone.
Yeah.
Diver,
Sure.
diver-esque.
Yeah.
So that this the 043, the tuna, pretty much everything. Every diver that I have right now is a Seiko diver. I have three more Grand Seikos, a Panerai, and that's about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, you're not a chrono guy then, huh?
I used to be a big chrono guy, but I mean, every day I talk about buying a Speedy,
Yeah, yeah. Me too.
but I just can't.
Because I figured you're a car guy, and I think car guys are chrono guys,
I've
right?
I've had a lot of chronos. I've had a Speedy. I've
Yeah.
had two Zeniths
Yeah, yeah,
that I
yeah. That's
can
right.
remember. I'm sure I've had more. I need to look at my list. But it's just that an opportunity hasn't presented itself where I would like to get, like
Hmm.
there's a Daytona
No, yeah,
maybe
yeah, for
next
sure.
year.
Yeah.
But again, like that's not an
Daytona
if.
time.
It's a when, so it does take a long time for a Daytona.
Yeah.
I do want to speedy maybe next year,
Yeah.
given the way the prices are going down. And I'm a very petty guy. I don't really care about hurting somebody's feelings because when like you go into the Omega boutique, they're dressed very well.
Mm.
Like, oh my god, like the prices have gone up, and then they have that persnickety smile. Oh, you know what? The dollar is very strong against the euro, so we did a price adjustment. I'm like, you do
Oh yeah,
realize,
yeah,
like, at that moment something goes on in my head, like, done. And like, you do realize I can walk out and I can get this watch for 5,500 out the door, no tax.
right.
And they're like, oh, you don't get the boutique experience. I'm like, I don't need the boutique experience.
Yeah, yeah,
Are you giving me a Snoopy? No. Are you
yeah,
giving me a 321? No.
yeah,
So what else do you have?
yeah,
Like, yeah. So I don't do that at all.
yeah. I mean, like, I think, look, I got the boutique experience a couple times when I bought my Rolexes, right? Um, I don't need to have that all the time. You know what I mean? Like it's not like when you fly first class and then you go back to coach and then it's never the same. No, I mean like it's not like that at all. I mean, just because I had the boutique experience doesn't mean like I need the boutique experience, and that's part of the whole watch buying experience for me anymore, right? So I don't get that argument when they present that argument
Yeah.
to you.
My watch buying experience is texting somebody
Yeah,
20
yeah,
off.
yeah,
Yes, done. Here's my credit card details. It arrives the next day. I'm
yeah,
in my shorts. I'm having a nice time. Maybe a beer, maybe a Coke.
yeah,
And I open the watch, the box. The
yeah,
watches come out. I
yeah,
size it, put it on my wrist, and then I take a picture and share it with you guys.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
all I
That's the
need.
experience. Yeah, absolutely. I'm
I
with you.
mean, do I want champagne? Sure. I mean, I can pour myself champagne.
Yeah, yeah. Get a little Moet. Hey, Kevin S says Tudor has the best 60 click bezels.
They do. I mean, really
Yeah.
good. Can't
Um,
really argue with that.
yeah, I like again my Black Bay 58. I like it. Maybe once I didn't even know what a dive watch was when I got into watches in 2015. I actually didn't like them, but now I'm totally a dive watch guy. Love Seiko divers at all price points. Other
Seiko
divers too.
Orient Citizen, you can't really go wrong. It's no Long Island watch, but still, like mediocre, good watches. Can't really go wrong with it.
Yeah. Um, James, he loves his chronos. Don't need anymore. Okay. Um, Maison saying I have an interest in a couple of other divers. The main one being the GOCQ panorama date. Yep, bicolor. Uh, sex on strap.
Yeah,
Okay.
only in this watch show is that acceptable. Somebody will look at it and think that's a chump.
Yeah.
But somehow we are okay with sex on a strap.
Yep. Yep. Get a brigade 3237.
30 to 37. If I remember correctly, that's one of the hallmark Breguet watches that kind of like after the quartz crisis. I think Breguet came back under Daniel Roth with this watch. I'm a little iffy on the details, but that movement is excellent. I think it has a swan neck regulator. Check it out. Check it out. I mean that's really good. Uh,
Yeah.
it-
Go ahead.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
So definitely check it out. Really great watch. You can get that all day for 20 to 30K depending on the color of the metal, obviously, and condition, box and paper, service, etc.
We've been saying he's totally not a dive guy, watch guy, but he has one, the CW C60 Sapphire, because he likes the dial. Um, Oil Money is saying you and Wolfie should get matching Daytonas to really cement the bromance and tackle your chronophobia together.
I don't have chronophobia. I don't have money.
Mm,
I wish I could buy it. I'd buy it tomorrow.
yeah. Um, Boutique experience is overrated, or Chance says I'd rather get a great deal any day. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think getting a great deal is number one on the list for me as well. I'm not, I don't know, like I'm not really too into developing a relationship at this point with a. I mean, I've tried, you know, with some Rolex sales reps and whatever. I mean, it's just Rolex is a different animal. That's I've accepted that. Um, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a relationship guy like that way. You know what I mean? Like it's just and I don't begrudge anybody who has that. I mean, I think if you can make it work for you, go for it. I just haven't really put in the effort to try to do that and make an effort. I mean, I just got there's a lot of stuff going on. Hey, does Dib or Bobby, how do they feel about the EcoZilla from Citizen? I think it's a great watch.
Great watch.
Great watch. Do it. A lot of chatter on YouTube saying Citizen greater than Seiko. I've noticed that too, Deech. I'm not so sure, but that is what I see. I've seen that too. I've seen a couple of content creators and Instagram posts about really pounding the table on Citizen over Seiko. Um, yeah, I don't know. I mean, like they both have great qualities. You know what I mean? So I just I find that I really like the idea of the eco drive. I really do like that. And there's some Citizen watches that I really really like, especially the Citizen. the Citizen, right? Those
The
beautiful watches,
Chronomasters,
yeah, the
yeah.
Chronomasters. But I think they're, I mean, and they both have huge catalogs, but I think there's more Seikos that I like in general.
I think Seiko and Citizen both make great divers, but what Seiko has been able to achieve is cement each and every product line that they have in the diver range.
Hmm.
I mean, the Citizen diver that I got, I'm struggling to find a name. I can't say BN01227. Like nothing screams nerd like the BN01227, but
Yeah.
Seiko Samurai, Seiko Turtle,
Mm-hmm.
Seiko Shogun,
Mm-hmm.
like that is where I think Seiko still has the upper hand and will continue to have the upper hand till Citizen does something about it. You know,
Plus, I think Seiko also, what they do really well is all these reissues, right? They have gone back to their vintage playbook, the '60s divers, and they've reissued, they reinterpreted. They've made, Save the Ocean versions. They made limited versions of it, and I think they do that very, very well. Where Citizen, I mean, do they do that? I don't know. Maybe they do. I just don't. Maybe it's like a marketing thing. Maybe they don't just market themselves as well as Seiko
Seiko has
does.
more money, I think, than Citizen. I
Yeah,
think,
yeah.
like
But
to
Citizen's
run
huge,
around
though. Citizen's huge.
huge, but I think given the way the watches are marketed, Seiko has definitely tried to move a little up market.
Mhm.
Even Citizen even kind of has like their prices are obviously cheaper than Seiko, especially below $1,500 pound for pound. If you compare it with, let's say, the problem is I can't name any Citizen divers or
Yeah.
even any of their watches. Like it has a weird numbering system, and
There's Pro Masters, right? I mean, like,
no,
that.
but like
Yeah.
under the ProMaster line, like
Hmm.
how many watches do you have? Like
Oh, yeah.
I think Seiko is suffering from this right now. They have too many new models, and we don't have affectionate nicknames for the watches.
Yeah.
So the one you have, like I call it the Marine Master 200 with a
Yeah.
GMT pen.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the
That's a
one.
lot of words.
Yeah. It is. Yep. Um, Siobhan said, I get my Seikos from an AD and I check alignment, any other brands online.
I
Um,
don't, I don't care.
I, I can buy a lot of great experiences with my money. I save from buying secondary over boutique. Um, Smart move, Siobhan. Spec guys are more for Citizen. Design guys are more for Seiko. At least that's what I got from the comments. I
Yeah.
think
You don't want to hang around with the spec guys. They're all boring. Design guys, you know they're getting late.
There was a time when Citizen was a top dog around. Yeah, there was a lot of love for Citizen. There still is a lot of love for Citizen. I don't think there's anybody who begrudges Citizen on this stream. Anyway, I think we have a very good respect. Well, I got respect them way more than I respect Oris. I'll tell you that much. Seiko has a massive electronics department making printers and point of sale systems. Citizen titanium divers are awesome. Seiko has the
Yeah,
Shogun, right?
Seiko is definitely lacking in titanium divers in the lower price range. Citizen rules there,
Yeah, yeah,
and the ugly Zilla that I'm getting, it has some sort of coating. I know Amin mentioned it a couple of months ago, maybe a year ago, when he got his. Like he gashed his, like he literally struck his hand against some pole or something. Did not have a scratch.
yeah.
So I definitely think the titanium coating on a Citizen is better than the Seikos.
Yeah, yeah, and even in some of those Chronomasters, the Citizens, the couple that I had that had that nice hard coating on it, which made superficial scratch. I mean, that goes impervious to superficial scratches. Of course, you can really nick it if you want to, right? I mean, the same with a Zen, right? I mean, you could do some damage if you really try, but most of the daily stuff, they hold up pretty well. Those Citizen watches. Um, Paul is saying pretty prefer Grand Seiko sports watch designs, even if inferior. I'm really tempted by the new Shogun with that blue dot. I know which blue dot. That's a nice looking blue dot. I don't know. There's something about the Shogun that seems that doesn't do it for me. And I don't know if it's like the design of the case, the angles. There's something about it that I'm just like, I'm not there yet. What do you think about the Shogun? The
I've never bought one. Out
Yeah,
of all the Seiko divers that I have bought, never a Shogun. I don't connect with the Shogun.
yeah. Neither do I. Citizen was one on the ground floor with titanium. He's not saying he bought his 50 fathoms at Gray for 27% under retail. Awesome.
That's the way to go.
That's the way to do it. Um, Chaz says, I have a great titanium Citizen diver, never wear it. Um, Orange Hand saying, tried on a thin Seiko turtle the other day, was really impressed, wore great, and had a decent bezel click. Those are nice too. Those are nice too.
I had one, the 10th turtle. I mean,
I had one too. Yeah.
it's one of the, like, given the breadth and depth of the turtle case, you have the normal turtle,
Mm-hmm.
then you have the king turtle, then you have
Mm-hmm.
the land tortoise, which is
Yeah.
not the greatest, then you have the slim turtle, then you have the willard,
Yeah.
then you have the SLA willard, which is a similar case but different shape, and then you have the daddy, the SLA 033. You know.
Yeah. Um, Kevin never connected with a Shogun either. Looks like no Shogun for Paul. Paul here. Um, uh, around five I stopped. Oh money. Am I going to regret reading this? Dib and
No,
Wolfie should put together a massive Bengali package deal to score matching Daytonas. Dib can help him get over his Rolex chronophobia, and Wolfie can help Dib get over his watch poverty phobia.
I mean, if Wolfgang is buying, I'll definitely get over my watch poverty phobia. You know.
Shogun is a titanium samurai. No, no, no.
No,
It's a
no, it's
different.
different.
Yeah,
They're both pretty different.
yeah, yeah. And it's funny that Steve so Shogun is a diver that I have not yet purchased and have no interest say without. And I'm not really interested in the samurai either. Not really. Doesn't really do it for me. Um,
I
Underachieving watch
think
good. Yeah,
I bought one Samurai in 2019 and returned it to Macy's.
yeah.
This was like I think the Samurai was my second watch that I bought, and at that point, my scheming mind, like I sized the bracelet,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, all right, the pin's not going in, so I threw a hissy fit, like literally being a Karen, and I bought it from Macy's, and they take pretty much everything back. So I remember returning the Samurai with a mangled bracelet. I know they can't fix it because I bent the pins and everything. It just stuck. I felt, like at the time I did not feel bad because I had money coming in. Like
Yeah.
because I like $250 for a watch at that point. Oh my god, like am I spending that much? I mean now $250 on a strap, but it's just
Um, Mr. Funds are low.
mm,
Hmm.
always.
Hmm. Symphony for Vessel with a saucy take here. Is it bad that I think of Craig Ship when I hear about the Shogun?
I don't know. I can't make that correlation for whatever reason.
Thankfully, thankfully, I don't make that correlation.
I mean,
uh,
it's like you have the shogun, which is like the title granted to the emperor of the country's like top military guy, and then you have him.
easy.
I,
Okay. Siobhan says, really? I love my samurai. It's the best effing case. Hey, look,
best looking.
best look. Oh, okay. All right. I thought he was I thought that was code for the F word. Like he was really emphatic about it. All right. Hey, I'm a boomer. All right. I don't know how to read these things. Anyway, so oh, is that eyes? Is that eyes like emoji? Is that what it's coming up as? The 99 for looking? I don't know. I'm in StreamYard, so if there's like emojis, like I can't see what they were. All right. Anyway, moving on. No, look, Siobhan, if you like the samurai, that's great. I mean, like that it's for you. It's just not for me. That's all. Can't like them all. Can't like them all. Maybe Blue Monster. I kind of want a samurai. I've been looking at the white towel. Okay, so maybe maybe the samurais are way more popular. Kevin S. I think. Is it bad that I think of Craig Ship when I hear about a high school cheerleading contest? All right. King Samurai is nice. I had White Dial, and I like it. DJ, no Adam Levine talk has truly made my night. For hey, speaking of Adam, did you see? No, okay, I'm just kidding. DJ, I haven't seen that video. I've heard something about some fake stuff, but we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about TBG tonight.
Yeah,
We're not going to talk about
I mean, unfortunately, I kind of feel bad for Adam Levine. He bought watches. Pretty much, he went to a gray market
yeah,
dealer. They said, "We have a nice watch. You pay us a shit ton of money, and here's the watch." And then he finds out it's a like periscope.
yeah,
Thanks to his detective abilities, like something's wrong with the bezel, something's wrong with the crown, and
gotcha.
obviously, like Adam, he's a singer. Like, is he a watch nerd? No. I mean, look at his collection; it's full Rolex. I mean, he
Yeah,
appreciates the brand, but
yeah,
doesn't really need to go into the nitty gritty details.
yeah,
And sadly, that's what it is. Like, that's the vintage world.
yeah. Uh, Creepy AF Kevin. Hmm. Hey, new topic. Uh, Dib's thoughts on Austrians in general and Wolfgang in particular. He
Uh,
loves Wolfie.
I
Old Money's
mean,
trying to stir it up because Old Money knows that Wolfie's gonna watch this in the morning later. He knows Wolfie. Old Money knows.
their most famous product is not somebody we really want to talk about. Uh,
No, 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 no. Their most favorite. Do you know? And I don't know why I know this. I read this. Do you know that the croissant was first created in Austria,
hmm,
in Vienna? And you know, and so here's a story. So, um, uh, centuries ago, when the Austrians were, I don't know if it was during the Crusades or whatever, where they're fighting the Ottoman Empire, whatever they were coming, Ottoman Empire was coming into Europe. They had surrounded like Vienna one day, whatever, and but there was tunnels under Vienna, and the bakers would make like bread and whatnot to feed people outside of the city or to the soldiers, and they made the croissant into a crescent, right?
hmm.
Because that's the Islamic symbol, the crescent, and that's where that came from. And so people think croissants is from France, but it was created in Austria. So
Uh,
that's, my friend, is their most famous product, not what you were about to say, because I know you're going to say.
No, no, no. I mean, the only two people that I can immediately think of, three people obviously is number one Hitler, number two Mozart, and number three Mr. Schwarzenegger.
Okay,
Like
okay.
immediately, like if you say three famous Austrians, like in that order.
She wants
uh,
to say, dude, I'm 42. I don't understand emojis, man. Yeah, yeah. I figured. I misread your comment then.
the O and the nine is very close to each
Yeah,
other.
yeah, 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 yeah. I'm boomer. Paul is saying I have a samurai also. It's back home, but great watch, Killer Loom. Adam Levine has a typical cool guy, rich guy collection. Abort, abort. Uh, have to say, Seiko loom looks awesome. Love the loom on my 50 fathoms. The way it lasts long into the night. Three best looms. Would I be right in saying Seiko, Rolex, and Blank Pain? Okay, so Seiko has great loom. So does Rolex. I think Rolex has uh,
Panerai,
Panerai has very good. The my
not all of
Panerai
them. If
my
you have,
Panerai.
go
Yeah,
ahead.
go ahead.
Sorry.
No, no,
No,
my
no,
my
go.
Panerai has tritium, right? The watch, I bought it in 2007. Still glows. I mean, it's a very faint glow, but it's still there. So like the
How
half
is
life.
your tritium? Like if you bought it in
So
2007.
you got to remember, it was put together by a watchmaker from. It wasn't like something that you could pick up in the store. That's a long story.
Hmm.
But a watchmaker from there. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, so um, so it yeah, so it still shines bright. Not bright, but it's still there. My unpopular opinion, Grand Seiko is better than Rolex. I had to say
No,
it. Sorry,
it's not. They're both great. It's
they're
it's like, do you want to come again? Like let's use car analogies. Is Mercedes Benz better than BMW? No, they're both great. Both have great cars. Well,
Yeah.
the now Mercedes has shit cars, but let's move past that. Who puts a four-cylinder electric turbo in a C63 AMG? Yes, but
Mm,
let's move past that. But both are great brands. Rolex is almost close to flawless. Flawless. Grand Seiko is not, but Grand Seiko has pretty interesting dials, cases, shapes. You name, good thing is they depreciate like a rock. You can get a discount. You'll be happy with the watch if you buy it. But you
yeah.
can't go wrong with a Rolex.
Yeah.
Great watches.
Austrians during, I think it wasn't, I think it was the Ottoman Empire, but whatever. Even Vienna has been around long before Austria was a country, right? I mean, like there was
Yeah.
maybe Austria-Hungary. So
The
the key thing,
Habsburg Empire, I
yeah, yeah,
think.
the key thing is Vienna, Kevin. It's not Austria. It's Vienna. Now Vienna happens to be in Austria now, right? I mean, that's the key thing. Um, Paul saying anything with global light is now the new standard for Lume. My um, his Pelagos 39 is an easy win over anything I've owned, including Rolex, Seiko, and Zen. Hmm, okay. I got to put my Panerai in there, brighter and longer than my Seikos, but agree Seiko Lume is amazing. Unwise to piss off Austrians, they can start trouble. They sure can. Okay. I forgot about the Panerai sandwich style loom. Thanks. Um, and the Pelagos 39 isn't that great. Vertex and other watch. Otherwise, match the loom is just nuts. Um, Periscope needs to take a close look at Bobby's Panerai. What? Croissant armistons to sell pastries to janissaries? Is that, am I saying that right? Janissaries? I don't
No
know.
clue.
During the siege of Vienna, Bobby Legs on history. Thank you. Thank you. No loom on the 39 Pelly, so I've heard. I think Kevin's trolling Paul there. Better than Rolex, Wayben says, is the most tiresome thing about Grand Seiko forums.
Yeah, this is
Not that I
like the
disagree.
time. This is like the time when you go out with a hot girl. You do some things in the bed. You come out, and then you're like, "Oh, did I do all right? Did I do all right? Was I good? Very okay." That's what it feels like whenever somebody says, "Oh, GS is better than Rolex." I'm like, probably not. Rolex makes a more coherent product, more solid product.
Um,
I let me compare the Pepsi GMT to my Peacock GMT, SBGJ261. Both are great watches, but when you move, when you pull the crown out and you're cycling the R hands, the Grand Seiko doesn't even come close. It's not even in the same universe. Does that mean I don't like my Peacock? No, I do. I love it. But in terms of solid feeling, Grand Seiko is not there. Bracelets, lot to be desired. You know, so no. If I were to just objectively look at the watch, a Rolex is a better product. But I like Grand Seiko, so.
Navy Blues, my Vertex M100A loom is ridiculously bright, but is it cheating because they use block numeral loom? No way, man. Loom is loom, right? I mean, like if you got a bright loom, no matter how you get there, it's not like when you're, doing barbell curls, right? Standing barbell curls, and you're using your back to throw in to
I,
do your
I I
curls.
feel
It's not
I
like
feel
that.
I feel nowadays for me the brightness of Lume, that was always a wow thing when I first got into watches. Now, let's say I get up
Overrated,
in the
right?
yeah, let's say I get up in the middle of the night to take a leak.
Yeah.
I glance at my watch box and I see which one's still glowing.
Uh,
That is the time where you get to see which is stronger. My Panerai Luminar, good thing you can see it. These two Seikos, the SLA 043 and the Tuna, they glow. They glow pretty well. And even today, I got this watch at 4:30 in the afternoon.
yeah.
I went to see a movie. I walked in. This watch glowed pretty much all throughout the movie, and it was a 2 hour movie. So you know, it all depends, to me at least, how long the lume lasts. That is more important to me right now than it like outrightly glowing like a torch.
Like a torch, yeah.
Mm.
Gotcha. Kevin S. Compare it to the SBGE 253 did. That's the real comparison.
It's kind of the same. I mean, the GS can't hold a candle, like in terms of how solid it feels, like the Pepsi GMT. I loved Grand Seiko. I've owned 14, but I can't say that some things Grand Seiko do much better than Rolex. I mean,
Mm,
dial,
mm,
nothing comes close.
mm.
Polish, nothing comes close in that price range. But weird ass case shapes, yes. Yeah. Rolex is a much more, like, if somebody doesn't know anything about Grand Seiko and they see a Rolex, 100% they'll go to the Rolex. 100%.
Mm, mm.
And it's like, all right, let's say not 100, 99. I'll give 1% to the Grand Seiko, you know. But again, it's what you like, buy what you like. Don't listen to me, don't listen to others. Make your own judgments, make your own, conclusions, and be happy.
Siobhan's saying so. Basically, Rolex is the blonde, and Grand Seiko is the brunette.
Yeah,
Mm. I mean, this
can't go
is.
wrong with either.
I mean, Selma Hayek is a pretty hot brunette, right? You know
Mm.
what I mean, right? Am I right, Dib? You know what I'm talking about.
Can't go wrong with her.
But then you got blondes. You got Meryl Streep, right? You know.
Charlize Theron, Anna de Armas.
Mm,
Can't go wrong. Is she a blonde? Hold on, I need to Google.
yeah, get on that.
Exactly.
Margot Robbie. Oof.
She's a bit too hot for my taste. She's like uber hot. Like,
Is
needs to
there
come
such
down.
thing? Is there such thing as too hot?
I think she's too hot, Margot Robbie.
Okay, okay. So wait a second. So Margot Robbie comes up to you and says, "Hey, I heard your name is Dip,
Mm.
and I want to be with you." You're
Mm-hmm.
gonna say, "No, no, you're too hot.
Exactly. You're
You're
too
too hot.
hot for me.
I can't be with you."
Exactly. I can't be with you. You're just
You,
too hot.
I don't buy that. I mean, I believe that you think she's too hot, but I don't believe you turn her down. I don't believe you turn her down.
Mm, maybe.
Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. Come on. I mean, that would be the most ridiculous thing that you've ever said on the Bobby Leg stream. Um, the hands on my Pelagos 39 are quite a bit weaker. I'm not the only one. If I was like more like savvy here with my computer, I'd throw up a poll right now and say is would Dib turn down um, Margot Robbie? I would do that. I just it's just too time consuming. I can't do it. I need an intern. What happened to that guy? Mizon said that's it. What I was impressed me about the BP, its longevity, faint but readable, even without my glasses on, and in dead of night, half a dozen hours after I saw any light. Omai says we need Sanjay in here to call out all this GS fake news. Who's the redhead? Hmm.
All right.
Wasn't it Dana Scully's birthday the other day? What's her real name? The lady from the X Files. She's 55. Wow.
Hmm.
Um, like Hillary Clinton.
All right.
Uh,
Not gonna go there.
Margot Robbie comes up and says, "Is that the new Seiko 63 loss reissue?" Okay, if okay, Margot Robbie comes up to you and says,
Hmm.
"Hey, hot stuff, is that the new Seiko 62 Mas reissue?"
Yeah, marry her. Like, if she knows what a $2,000
Uh,
Seiko is, you got to keep her. Like, you're like, all right, I want to put some cold water in you just to make you a little less hot, but we'll make it work.
oh yeah, I'm sure she'd like that. Sylvie Friedel, Dib is more of a Lane from Seinfeld kind of guy. Are you?
Nah, don't. I mean, I don't know. Like, there's something about her. I mean, she's such a great actress, but yeah, um, I can't I can't do her.
You can't do her.
I mean, I mean, yeah, like, I'm again, like, I like her acting chops, but in terms of hotness, no, I can't go there.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. We're getting some Margot Robbie role play coming up here. Kevin's like, "Hey Margot, do you prefer 60 or 120 click?" What if she says 120 click?
I don't care.
All right. Margot Robbie comes up and says, "Don't tell me you have an entire single diver lineup."
I mean, like how Pepe said, "Hey, where's the Grand Seiko? Why are we talking about Margot Robbie? Grand Seiko is crying in the discount bin. You know, Margot Robbie is printing millions.
Yeah, and being hot and being like
Very
just
hard.
like very very hot. I mean, like when she was Suicide Squad, right? What was that? What's the Harley race? What not Harley? That
Harley
was a
Quinn.
wrestler. Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn. Like she's hot. And then Wolf of Wall Street. I mean, like bananas.
Mm-hmm.
Bananas hot.
You know what's up.
I know what's up. I'm afraid that you don't know what's up because it sounds like
I do know what's up. You know, it's like it's too hot.
mm, Lane's Seinfeld a little too old for Deb, maybe. Cougars.
No comments on that.
I'm not gonna comment, but
See,
but I just
I'm trying to like keep a straight face. I
but
don't
I
know what
just
Chaz is talking about.
uh okay. All right. Well, we're gonna let you off the hook, Dib. Hey, Dib. Anything? So the Citizen was unscheduled. Is there? Do you see anything?
So I decided to sell my SLGH 003,
Yeah.
the 9SA5 movement Grand Seiko High Beat Evo 9 Elegance collection. Wow, that's a mouthful. Um, I want to free up some funds. I do have a watch inside. I got really worked up over that watch, but I don't know if I can swing it. You know, like the watch I'm talking about is 16K.
Margot Robbie comes up to you and says, "The Pepsi's nice, but I love a man who can rock a Peacock GMT."
All right, it's on like Donkey Kong, as they say.
Yeah, they do say that.
Unfortunately, we did not really talk about any actual watch releases.
We'll
Uh,
save that for Friday. This is a
yeah,
lot more fun. This
yeah,
is a lot more
Friday,
fun.
I won't be there, but I'll be there with you in the chat,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah. Well, you could chime in. This is way better for everybody except for you, apparently. Okay, we'll let you go. We'll let you get off the hook easy because I'm tired and I'm gonna call it a night. But Dib, thank you again so much for sharing your new pickup this evening. Pretty appreciate it. Sharing your views on what would it take for you to get into Margot Robbie's pants.
And
Totally appreciate that. And
the only thing I'll say with these two watches, I mean, the best comparison that I can find for the 043 and the 093 is a Black Bay 58 and a Black Bay 54. Very, I mean, the similarities in terms of, all right, never mind. I did not see that. Like I think on that high we can end the stream tonight.
New Garrick's on fire. We'll talk about it more on Friday, Scott. I loved it. Expensive, but I love it. Um, anyway, uh, thanks, Maison. Um, Deb, have a good night. Really
Yep.
appreciate it. Chat, you're the best. Had a great time, and we'll see you guys on Friday for another Bobby Legs Loves Watches stream. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your week, guys.
See you all. Bye.